Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another weekly live stream. We stream every Wednesday and Saturday, so thank you for everyone for tuning in. So yes, we're going to be talking a bit about the new batch. Nothing's been balanced yet, nothing's been started, but we've got a bit of a discussion about it because I need to put a few things to rest that I've been seeing in some chats and put some people's minds at rest and talk about it. So yeah, it's going to be we're not going to show the test server, sadly, for those that are going to be disappointed. I'm just going to get the chat up on screen because I'm trying a bit of a new setup, so bear with me. For those that have been following me in my Discord, some big things are going to be happening to the channel over the next few weeks. And we're just trying to put some things into practice. So no big reveals yet, but yes, coming few weeks, going to be some big changes. So let's have a look at the chat. So who was first in? So the Crusher was first. How's it going? We've got Andrew Stowe something. How's it going? Grind Times in the chat. We've got Joseph Reyes, Brutica, Stuck in Beta, Eric Parten, and we've got Kultar. How's it going? Wimblade as well. Leader One, how's it going? It has been a while. Good to see you. Chris Harmon, Sharks, one of our moderators as well. Thanks for posting the link to Discord. Have a bit of a chat about that before we start as well. Matt Poley, Omega Supreme 73, and JC Mees as well. So yes, welcome everyone to the chat. So yes, Discord before we start. So Discord, we've been putting loads of things into Discord. We've just had put a Pokemon game in there. We've had a zombie game in there. We've put a meme game in there. I don't want to mention names, but if you know them, you know them. But yeah, there's been a few games to upgrade Discord. It's got some decent upgrades to keep people entertained. And yeah, there'll be a few more additions coming soon. So I put them in there first. And then we will make some more additions. But yeah, you should come and join us in Discord. We're getting close to 1,000 members. That's the next aim. We're at about 850 members now. So getting up there to 1,000 is the aim. So yeah, if you're not in our Discord yet, come and join us. Great little community. Loads of good information and questions answered. If I can't answer the questions, there'll be someone there that can. Most of those guys in there have watched every single video that I've ever done. So most of the advice I'll give out is pretty much I've given out in the past. It's quite funny to see sometimes that someone will put a question and someone will put the answer and they'll go, I'll wait to see what Wozza says. And then someone will just put in the answer, the exact answer that I would put. And I'm like, yeah, fair play. That guy knows his stuff because he's probably watched all my videos. So yeah. Hey Thunderbot as well, Hashim Afzal as well, and Carnage. Thanks for the kind message. Oh, and Grind Time, thanks for donating as well. So I did want to address that. I should have addressed it a bit sooner. But first of all, I want to give Grind Time a shout out. He's been rinsing those videos recently, so go and check his videos out. He's covered all the combiners. I'm planning on covering the combiners when Computron comes out. I always was, but Grind Time's got in there first, doing some great info, some great replays, and using them in practice. And go and check out Grind Time's latest videos on combiners, guys. I really do recommend it. And go and check his channel out. But dead quickly, I just want to address the donations as well, dead quick. I don't want to waffle on too much about other things I want to get into the channel. But I'm going to let you guys into a bit of a secret. So anytime someone donates to the channel through the super chat, YouTube take a cut. YouTube take a cut of those donations. I think it's about 25 to 30% they take. But I've just added a donation button to my channel. If you donate through the tip system, I think it's called, if you want to donate through there, that is 100% goes to me. None of that goes to YouTube. So if anyone does want to donate to the channel, I'd recommend that you do go and use that tip area. But not yet, guys, because I'm not think it's set up yet. But what we're going to have is we're going to have a tip leaderboard over time, whereas you will be able to see who is the biggest tipper. There is some other big things coming in. Subscribers that subscribe during the stream, they will appear on stream. They will get a massive shout out as you subscribe during the stream. My latest subscribers will also be on the stream. There's loads of things coming. I don't want to get into it, but honestly, there's going to be loads of crazy things coming to the channel very soon. Some last few tests are done, and once they're done, I'm ready to go. So the next week or two, we should be ready. But for now, guys, if you're going to donate, please donate through the tip section. Don't donate to YouTube. Just want to put that out there. But yeah, I know, grind time. I know. I'm not going to lie. What happened was I had quite a few donations, and I thought I'd go and check on them. I don't check on the donations that much. Yeah, it comes in. I go, oh, brilliant. I earned whatever. And I thought, I'm sure I got more than that in donations. And I went and looked and then discovered that they take a cut. But yeah, I was quite annoyed at that. But hey, I understand it. They've got to make money as well. But don't they make money already enough? But hey. So, yeah, talking about the new batch. So we're going to open some crystals while we're here. Guys, I want my donation back. I'm just glad you didn't put $100. But yeah, talk about the new batch. We're going to open some crystals and we're going to talk about the new batch. So I've seen a lot of people in the chat saying, I ain't pulling from this batch. I'm not impressed. I'm scared of pulling B. I'm scared of this. I'm not too keen on it. It's not a good batch. Okay, I get that. But I want to cast people's minds back to about a year ago when we were discussing batch 7, is it? Batch 7? Yeah. We'll talk about batch 7 and my predictions. And when the batch came out, everyone said, this batch is awful. This is the worst batch yet. That's what everyone said. I'm not going to bother with this batch. That's what people said. People said that, it wasn't worthwhile. So the playtesters got their hands on it. Now, the last batch was the first batch that the playtesters got their hands on. The Goldfire batch, we didn't have much saying. I think it was released and we did a few suggestions, but nothing really got changed, really. I can't think of a single I'm trying to look now. I'll look back at the batch to try and jog my memory, but I don't remember balancing a single one of these. No, not a single one. I'm lying. Rust Dust. When this came out, it was very early stages of testing. And if people remember the first sort of testing we did, the bots weren't that good. We didn't push the boundaries. We were new to balancing. Rust Dust got her range increased, I think. And maybe Scouts got their health increased, maybe, because we said that no one wanted Rust Dust out of that batch. But everyone else was pretty good. And we balanced it at that. And it stayed like that. And then we fast forward to the latest batch. Now, when this batch came out, everyone said, I'll take Rhinox, maybe Jetfire. The other 3 are trash. I wouldn't want them. And I think that if you look at that now, it's vice versa. I think people said that Laser Optimus was one of the worst bots in the game. Smoke Screen was useless. Blades, not very good. Jetfire's okay, and Rhinox was good. And if you look at it, it's completely probably backwards by now. But Laser Optimus is one of the best in the batch, along with Blades. Blades is probably the best bot in the game right now. Just think about that for a second. That when this batch came out, no one wanted Blades, and he's gone from being not wanted by anyone to being the 5-star out of all batches that everyone wants. That's how much he changed thanks to the playtesters. So as time has gone on, look back. Since this batch, we've had Chromia. We've had Hoist. And let's go back, actually. Let's go back. We've got Chromia and Six Gun. And I think that we pushed the boundaries in them bots. And then since then, we're a bit cautious. And I think things sort of escalated in the playtest chat and a lot around me, I'm not going to lie, about bots being not as good as older bots. And then you then look at the more current bots. Since we've started pushing boundaries, and we've got the likes of Scattershot, who's good. We've got the likes of Hoist, who's even better. We've got the likes of Trailbreaker, who's pretty good. And then we've got the likes of, the combat bots as well. Even Grapple, on the latest combat bots, these batches and these bots are getting better and better and better. Batch 7, when it came out, batch 6, sorry, when batch 6 came out, I said, this is a great batch. And it was a great batch, maybe a good batch. But at the time, it was a great batch. It was. And then this batch came out, and everyone said, don't bother with batch 4 even, which was considered the best batch of the game. Don't bother with batch 4. Go for this batch. And I've said that religiously. Anyone, you can look at any chat I've been in. You can look in Facebook. You can look in Discord. Anyone that asks me which batch I should pull from is pretty much this batch, unless they're chasing a certain bot. So that's the history of 5-star crystals. So keeping that in mind, how good is Bumblebee going to be? Now, I'm going to let you into a little secret. So when we got given these bots, what normally happens is some of the bots, the play testers will say, oh yeah, he's going to be great. He's going to be a good bot. Rhinox and Jetfire were them two. Another three, we said, they need serious reworks. Laser Optimus Blades and Smokescreen need a serious rework. And they got reworked into some of the best bots in the game. So you got to look at this current batch. So we've got Rook. So Rook is a 5-star. I don't think he'll get much work. I think 5-star Rook will be more damage as a holo, more health, more DPS, pretty much just a standard increase. He won't get much work. I don't think Rook needs it. More damage, more protection, more health. Fine. I'm okay with that. I'd still want a 5-star Rook to replace my 4-star. He works in my team. He works great. So that's fine. Then we've got Swoop, who was the community choice. I don't think Swoop needs much work. I think maybe a health increase, because that's my biggest concern. So, yeah, Swoop it wouldn't need much. So then you got to think, who are the bots that need a rework? Who are the bots that need the most work? Sea Spray. I think Sea Spray might get a bit of an increase. I think he'll be middle of the range. He'll be good, especially with Gunners being looked at recently to be more in the meta. So I think Sea Spray will get a good increase. And I think Bumblebee and Impactor will get the most. Bumblebee and Impactor, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that these guys could be the pick of the bunch. And I know people are going to say in the chat already, oh, you're crazy. You would have said that when I said Laser Optimus, Smokescreen, and Blade would be the pick of that batch. You would have said, Wozza, you're crazy. They are the worst bots in the game. Who on their right mind will want them bots? And look how it changed. And then look at Bumblebee. Look at Impactor. Look at Sea Spray. If there's any bots out of that batch that's going to get improved, it's those bots. So how far will B be pushed? B already, I'd like to show the test server, but I can't because they're currently sort of being tested. So they're nowhere near finished. I can't show them. But, looking at Bumblebee, ability 1 to 10, he does 33% of his damage. So we'll get the 4-star on my normal account. He's nothing like what a good Bumblebee should look like. But we'll get him up anyway, just so we can get an idea of what he's like. So you see there, so he does, he stuns for 7 seconds, but I think it's about 10 seconds, maybe 9. So stuns for 10 seconds, say, let's round it up, at 33% damage. And I think that worked out at around 2K, 2.5K damage. Something around then. Maybe more, maybe 3.5K. So 3,500 damage. And then at ability 11, it goes up to 66%. So at 66%, it goes up to something crazy. I think as a 5-star, I worked out that it'd do 3,500 damage in an area for 2+1. His ability cost is 2+2. It's so cheap, it's ridiculous. But for the playtesters to then go in that chat and say, yeah, Bumblebee needs an improvement, where's that going to go to? Is his stun going to increase to 15 seconds? Maybe it will. The amount of stun that's in the game right now, this guy could easily go to 15 seconds. Will he get a health increase? Will all scouts get a health increase as part of the balancing? Will it be a damage increase? If it's damage increase, it could do 4K damage for 2 ability points. So, this could be crazy. Hashim's put the range, it could be the range. It could be, the area effect. It could be anything. But you've got to think that if Bumblebee is considered so much to be the worst of the batch, it's going to be incredible. And, when Chiz has put B needs to work on everything, I don't think it does. I think that as a 5-star at, 18K health, he's got more health than Swoop has. He'll have 3.5K damage in an area. That's more than Swoop will do. He also stuns as well. And then add on the fact that he's going to stun in a huge area more than Swoop. So for me, Bumblebee is better than Swoop as a 5-star. I would honestly put Bumblebee, as it is currently, Swoop would worry me in this batch. And I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but when you do a walk team, health is very important. And the lack of health on Swoop is concerning for me. And that's the big thing. I wouldn't want Swoop. I've got a 5-star Scourge on the China server, and his health, his damage is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Put top shot on him. Wow. But in Prime League Wars, he's going to die very quickly. And that's a big concern for me. He needs to stay alive. And if you run healers, if they're healing Swoop all the time, they're not healing your other bots. So, that's a worry. And Grindtime's put it exactly in the chat. Does Swoop equal Rhinox? Yeah, I think it does. I think Swoop will get left behind in this batch. I really do. Because Blade was the last pick in the last batch, and Blade's got buffed to hell. But Swoop is a community choice. He's already good. I don't think he'll get much of an improvement. Gozza's put, I'd give my house for B. I'd love a 5-star Bumblebee. I really would. As it is now. And it's going to get improved. I would pretty much put my money on it. I would put my account on it. The Bumblebee is going to come out of this absolutely amazing. I really do. Windchaser's put anti-air cores coming back. I'm not too sure about that. But that is a worry with Swoop. If you haven't got his G1 core protection, even that's a worry. But, as people start pulling 5-star Swoop and chasing it, people will start to defend against it. Can you defend against Bumblebee? You can maybe do the anti-stun cores. But let's be honest, it's going to destroy him in one shot as a 5-star. It's going to be that good. It's going to, honestly, Bumblebee is going to be that good. Impactor, for me, you can see it all. Impactor level 51, that's where he stays. He's worse than Sentius. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Impactor will be made better than Sentius. That's how far I will go. That's because how can you have a 5-star that's not as good as a 4-star? People complain about RC being not as good as Rook. 5-star Rook will make 5-star RC irrelevant pretty much. And I think that's a bit of a concern, but hey, that's not for another day. But I think that 5-star Impact will be better than a 4-star Sentius. And think about how highly you rate Sentius in your rankings. Top 5 bots in the game? Probably. So how good will... And don't forget the Impact of the 5-star will make the 4-star better as well. So for those that have invested in a 4-star Impactor, well... This might be your lucky day or lucky week or lucky month, or whatever I call it. But, I think the Impactor is going to be incredible. I really do. Better than Sentius. And then Sea Spray. Sea Spray is the worry for me. It's a concern. Not because he's that bad, but he's middle of the range. I think we'll get an improvement, but we've already been improved a bit. We've already changed him. So how will he be improved? But we are focusing on gunners a lot. So because Bumblebee is a concern, he will get a massive improvement. Because Impact is a concern, he will get a massive improvement. I don't think we can have a bot that's not as good as Sentius, that's just like Sentius. He's going to be better than Sentius, in my opinion. I really do think that. And that will be, that will be me putting that forward, that he needs to be better than Sentius. Bumblebee needs to be an amazing pick. He needs to go from the worst to the best, like Blades. Sea Spray is a gunner. Gunners are getting a massive buff at the minute. They're looking at improving gunners. So why wouldn't Sea Spray take this opportunity, run with it, and make him one of the best gunners in the game? Why not? Why can a 5-star Sea Spray not be the best gunner in the game? I mean, he already does great damage already. We'll do a bit of a run with all these bots, and we'll look at how they can be used, and we'll look at the costs and things like that. So I wouldn't worry, but I'd be more worried about Swoop. I'd be more worried about Rook. Those are the bots that are going to be left behind in this batch. So look at it this way. If Rook and Swoop are going to be the worst bots in the batch, that's a damn good batch. That is crazy. That Rook is on my war team in Prime League will be the worst one of this batch. The Swoop and Scores that are some of the most sought after bots in the game. Lots of top guys have got a high 4-star Swoop. Again, they will be one of the worst in the batch. If I put from this batch the way I can see the batch going, I don't want Swoop. I wouldn't want him. I'd want personally, Bumblebee or Rook or Impactor. That would be my choice. A lot of people, I talked about people about rushing bots, and I don't like rushing bots because they die too quickly. But even they're getting addressed. So, I still think Rook and Impactor will still be some of the best bots in the game, along with many tanks. And I think we'll see more rushing bots in the next batch again. I really do think so. But, don't get too hooked up on this batch. Don't judge this batch by their current status, by, their current balancing, because that will go out the window. It's not going to stay like that. This batch, I think, is going to be incredible. And I've said, I can see Coulthard saying that, hey, you made me open my 5-star. I've said to everyone to wait, really. You should have waited. You should always wait for a new batch. And then if you wait for a new batch, you can judge for yourself. That batch might not be good for you. And not because it's not a good batch. But again, I don't like rushing bots. So looking at this batch, looking at batch 4, I can't look at it now to realise I pulled them all. Looking at batch 4, I don't really use Prowl that much. I don't use Elite that much. I don't use Sludge that much. So Blaster, I think, is amazing, and so is Ratchet. So 2 out of those 5 are relevant right now. If this batch was wholly available, batch 4 right now, I probably wouldn't pull for it. I'm not too sure I would. I'd probably pull batch 2 instead. But I did at the time because that was the meta. But, I really do think this batch, once it's balanced, could be amazing. And, stay tuned because I talk about this on my channel. And, I tell everyone to subscribe. So, I try and give little bits of information out like this about the play testing, about the chats we had. And I were in there, I was like, am I the only person excited for Bumblebee? And everyone was like, yeah, pretty much. And I was shocked at the amount of people that don't want a 5-star Bumblebee. And I get it that people are judging it on the 4-star and no one uses the 4-star. But I know he's getting an improvement there. I know he's getting a buff. And if you look at ability 11, like what he could do, when I saw ability 11 for the 4-star, I was excited. And the only reason that I didn't use Bumblebee, or don't, is because I've got a level in from 51 all the way up to 65 or 63, whatever. It's a big investment for a 4-star. But now the 5-star's out, I'm excited to pull Bumblebee. I really am. Such low cost is incredible. It really is. And the question is then, could I remove a healer? Could I remove a healer for that? Because you could spam his abilities so much. I mean, we'll do a battle with... I'm not on a test server, so I can only do one battle. But we'll put them all in one team. Go to here. We'll clear this out. So we've got Rook. We all know Rook is good. We know that already. High level. I've got him up there. And I think this is a good judge. Rook is the highest of these 5. And then Swoop will be next, I think, if I can find him. This is my account, so you'd think I'd know where he is. But he's definitely up here somewhere. I'm quite disappointed he's not that high, actually. He's got to be that high. Where's my Swoop gone? Oh, he's behind the writing, that's why. I've got the writing on screen, so I can't see. That's my excuse anyway. Okay, who's next down? Who's next down? Is it Sea Spray? I think it is. Sea Spray. And this is probably in order, actually, of how, how good the bots should be, or how good they are right now. Impactor is there, and Bumblebee there. And I'd agree that that's probably the rating for me right now of how they stand. I'd maybe swap Impactor and B-Round, maybe. But, that's interesting. Okay, we'll add some healers in just to keep them alive. We need healers, especially being low level. And first aid, if I can find him, he's around here somewhere. Yep. And then Wheeljack's a bit lower down. We'll put 3 healers on just to keep them alive. And then we'll go until 15 and see what they can do. I want to look at the cost because some of these bots I've not used in a long, long time. Hashim said he pulled Jetfire, but rather have Blaze. I agree. Jetfire is still good, though. I used 5-star Jetfire in my Prime League team, and I would not swap him out. great having a bot that can one shot. It's very important. But I get the AoE attack and I get that Blade is one of the best bots in the game, so I kind of get it that you'd want Blades instead. But I wouldn't disappoint you with Jetfire by any means. So we're HQ 17, low level. It's obviously not a full 17. See how it go. So no rushing bots. That's a good thing. Look at this. Any anti-air? Nope. No one uses anti-air at a lower level. But earlier there was discussion about making turrets hit both ground and air with just the. Or did they already? Was it improving the air part of it? I can't remember, to be honest with you. But there was a discussion around it because of improving against jets. But then we said that Swoop needs some sort of improvement. So maybe it would be a health. Maybe he'll get a shield. Maybe he'll get a regen for his damage. But I definitely think that Swoop needs something around to protect him. Definitely. Does Rook need anything? Rook doesn't need anything. Rook doesn't need a thing. Rook is already amazing. Sea Spray, I think he needs a damage increase. Maybe a range increase, impactor, damage, and health maybe. And then Bumblebee needs for health and damage and maybe stun duration, all three. And if he gets all three, good luck. He'll be more OP than Blades. So straight away, we're going to use Rook to pop the outpost. What we're going to do, I want to try and kill this shock tower, because that can't be hit by Bumblebee, so we'll try and kick that. Put that down. Go right through the base with Sea Spray to finish it off. And we're going to do Bumblebee. Stun that. 2+2. And you can see there, Bumblebee's died because of his health. Again, like I said, that's the big problem with Bumblebee. That will be Bumblebee's problem. Will he get slowed down because he runs ahead too much? And I'm debating using Swoop here, but I think it's quite costly. The first one's all right. Then after that, 10 ability points is too much. Yeah, and they died a terrible death. Yeah, that's ruined it. Don't even bother. That's what I do in testing, though. I will. I'll do some tests like that. Now, I didn't realize how fast Bumblebee was. He ran quite far ahead. So, do we increase his pass it? I don't know. Do we increase his range? Is it his health? Buff. Maybe his frame reckons buff his dodging ability. If you do that, you're gonna dodge. You're gonna do them all, aren't you? If you do that, you're gonna buff them all. That's the thing. Or spy mode. You mean like slash? I think I'm making too OP. The fact that he'll be able to go undercover and stun. Maybe though. Who knows? It depends what the playtesters come up with. But I'm in two minds to go for the leaderboard, and I mentioned this last stream. It's my last play blowout before I go back to work. And yeah, looking at my crystals. So yeah, might have noticed earlier. So yeah, I am at 7,200 crystals. So with 1,600 crystals, 1,600 5-star shards, part of the leaderboard, that will take me to 9K. And that gives me time to pull a 5-star, maybe level it during the leaderboard, get him up to 60, and then wait for the next one. But yeah, Crusher reckons to slow down B a bit, give him a range increase, damage increase, and health increase. Maybe. Do you know what, though? If you mentioned that now, if you said to me, let's do that for any other bot, I would turn around and say, that ain't going to happen. They're not going to do that for all of it. But I think that he might, he might get everything. Would that make him the best in the batch? Yeah, Stucky Bates put it on the nail on the head there. It is a revamp. He will get a revamp. Rook won't get a revamp. The apes have got the stats. The playtesters know which bots to see in wars, and Rook is seen in wars a lot. Do we see swooping wars? Some, yeah. So he will get damage improvement. As a 5-star, I think it's incredible damage. It'd be good in an outpost. Maybe you get a stun. But then do we balance his ability 11 as well? I don't think so. I don't think it will. I'm not too sure. I don't think Swoop will get touched that much. Like I said, those 3 will definitely get buffed. Hashim's put, I think I'll just make him an EMP version of Rust Dust. Maybe. It's not far off Rust Dust, maybe. But Rust Dust is not that good. Rust Dust is okay. She's not the pick of the bunch. I don't think Bumblebee will be accepted as that. I think that, again, I've campaigned for countless times that I don't want any bot to be a negative pull, in the sense that when they pull that bot, they want to throw their phone at the wall and break it. I want any bot to be a successful pull. And if that means making people change their mind about the likes of Bumblebee, then so be it. If we need to make Bumblebee the strongest bot in the batch because he's the worst in the batch, people are scared of pulling him, you want to make people believe by doing that. By making the best in the batch, people will be like, I don't want Bumblebee. And you want people to turn around and go, are you crazy? Are you absolutely crazy? Trust me, you want Bumblebee. You want him. And I think that no one really realized what Laser Optimus could do until I came out in chat and said, this guy does more damage than Sentius, has more DPS than Sentius, has more HP than Sentius. He is an upgrade from Sentius. And then people were like, really? And I ran the numbers. I think he did 25k damage. And people were like, wow. So why can't Impact do that? Why can't Bumblebee be the best scout in the game? Perceptor's probably the best scout in the game right now. Why can't Bumblebee be better than Perceptor? Why not? So I've seen a few people asking about combats that you can equip. So we'll look at them. So we all know that Rook pretty much can only equip the short range combats. So quite limited. But again, he is a warrior. So yeah, I think it needs some more cores. More maybe around damage, maybe, I think. Swoop, is he still here by the writing? Yep, he is. Swoop can obviously carry most combats in terms of range. So yeah. But I won't take 5-star Top Shot off my blades. I wouldn't take Tracks out, and I won't take Jetfire out. So Swoop would not make my team. Swoop would not make my war team. Rook would, without a doubt. Yeah, I need some sort of protection. If I'm going to take a healer out, I need some sort of protection. The Crush's Put is Percy better than Cheetor? Is Cheetor a scout? I suppose maybe, yeah. I suppose he is. Yeah, I suppose he is. His stats do. Yeah, I suppose maybe Cheetor is. Maybe. Chromie fits in the scout. No, I don't think she does because she doesn't flip. I think is that a key to it? It's hard to say a scout because is it just a small bot? For me, a scout is someone that has. I suppose that Chromie has a passive though. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Who do you say is an actual scout? Chromia, yeah, maybe. Cheetor, maybe. I know Perceptor is. I know that Rustdusters and Bumblebee are because they have that flip basically. But yeah, because Cheetor and Scout don't. Maybe. Who can obviously Sea Spray can equip the normal cores and the the normal combats. I wouldn't put a glitch on him because you don't want to ruin his range basically of his ability. But then if his range gets increased, imagine if Sea Spray had the range of Warpath. That's been talked about quite a bit in the playtest chat. So how does his range, how does his damage calculate to Warpath? Where's Warpath? We're on the same level, so I'm sure I've got Warpath around the same level there. 55 does 1,500 instant damage, but Spray I think it does more damage. 53-7. 55-6, but he's got volatile mixture. Exactly, though, Crusher. If Sea Spray had infinite range, it'd be better than Warpath. Isn't that the point? To make the new 5 stars better than the previous? You know? But then Healing Cores have made Warpath a bit less relevant. But maybe because Sea Spray has a larger area of effect, you know, would he be able to one-shot? Would he? I'm trying to think. Would he be able to one-shot Billbots? I don't know. I'd make it so he could, personally. I really do. I would, yeah. Exactly, Kotar. What if Sea Spray did get more range? What if he did get more damage? You know, we know that gunners are trying to be improved all the time recently. They've been left behind a bit. So, yeah. Oops. And then, where is he? Impactor. So, Impactor, yeah, normal general cause. Combat-wise, just dial a Night Stalker. That's a worry. But see, that makes me want to buff him even more. If Night Stalker can only buff those two, I want this to be a monster then. Stripes, yeah, maybe Stripes, actually. Yeah, I think I ain't got Stripes, so... 4-star, I mean, anyway. Yeah. Coulthard's put, that's what makes Sentius and Laser Optimus better. Well, do we make Impact so we can do that? Do we change him from a warrior? Or is a special bot? Yeah, that could be a valid point. I'd probably suggest that. That would make him be able to equip all the combats that, you know, Sentius and that Laser Optimus can. Why not? It's a special bot. And if he needs to change him. So the Bumblebee, cost-wise, it won't change. I can't see there being a cost change to Bumblebee. If anything, it might increase. But it's only going to increase with it swaying the other way in being seriously OP. His speed is 3. Yeah, maybe reduce his speed. I think that's the problem. What do the other scouts have? Let's look at Chromia. Chromia's got 3 as well. Do we reduce all the scouts' speed? I get the scouts and they want to be fast, but they've run ahead too much. Combats wise, can put Top Shot plaque on him. Trenchfoot would be interesting. Putting Trenchfoot on Bumblebee. Do we increase Trenchfoot's range as part of this to be the same range as Top Shot? Like I said, there's infinite possibilities. There really is. Jamie's put, what about Smokescreen? You want to see what Smokescreen can equip? Any gunner cores, basically. He's a gunner, isn't he? So any gunner cores. So yeah. Pretty much. Well, he's put Perceptor and Bombshell are hackers, not scouts. No, hacking is their ability in passive. Doesn't mean they're not scout. Scout is more a class within special bots. Just to describe a bot. So it's hard to explain, really. But, I mean, okay, the best way I can explain it is you've got air bots, but then you've also got one-shots. So, although Trax is an air bot, he doesn't one-shot. So, he's not a classic air bot. You look at the likes of Firefly and likes Jetfire, Skydive, Stormclash, Air Raid, those sort of bots. It's going to be interesting. Engineer Hoist is in the chat. Make sure you go and check his channel out, guys. Very cool guy. Fellow Transformers Earth Wars YouTuber, Twitch streamer, what you want to call it. But yeah, he's a jack of all trades, Engineer Hoist. Engineer Hoist says he wishes cores and combats were based on attack rather instead of class. Example, melee instead of warrior for those types. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean by that. Yeah, by their sort of range more. But isn't that... aren't warriors all melee, though, instead? I'm trying to think of bots that are special bots is the problem. The special bot class is so varied. And we said this in playtest chat about 9 months ago that we should have different classes within special. So special scout, and then a special leader maybe, and you could have the likes of Sentius, the likes of Optimus, the likes of Elita, and they have specific stats, being a special leader class, and then having a different special class, maybe 4 special classes. That is a good point, though, Hoist. The too many specials can't use appropriate cores for gunner types and warrior types. That is a good point. Yeah, it is a very good point. They should do. Hashim's asked a good question that is true, and I need to address that as well. Does the combat bot on B prevent his DPS stun? What he means is that Bumblebee has a passive stun, like Chromia does. So if you equip a combat onto him that changes his shooting pattern, then yes, it will take the stun away like Chromia. So sometimes putting a combat on B can be less beneficial. So sometimes put likes of Night Stalker on, or Stripes, something like that. But I personally would like to address that as well. I mean, Rome was a bit like the day. You can't win every battle straight off the bat. But I would like to address that as well. The fact that Chromia loses her stun by equipping a different combat. And, I've always said that with Chromia, you should definitely add trench foot. And just to back my theory up, I've got my trench foot on my Chromia because of the EMP damage they get. So they get 1.3 times more damage to targets under fire, acid, and EMP and speed reduction. And then obviously DPS is increased as well. Range varies according to class. That's the bit that's a bit meh. And it applies a 30% speed reduction as well. So, yeah. So, go for some crystals. But hung up. And if you see people in your alliance charts saying, this batch is awful, just say to them, yeah, that's what everyone said about the last batch. The last batch was awful. That's what everyone said. And look what's happened. But yeah. Don't get too hung up. And guys, I'm going to be honest. If I believe this batch is the best in the game, I will say I think this is the best in the game. It might not be for you. I think the last batch was. Some people will still pull from batch 1. Some people will still pull from batch 2 and batch 6 and 7. Whatever it is, people will pull because they want a certain bot. I get that. But for me, I think that the last batch has no bad bots in it. And I cannot see that changing ever. In any batch that the playtesters balance, I'm going to go out on a limb. And this is what I say all the time, is when we balance these things, we can't have a bad bot. And I don't believe we should in the game. I don't think we should have a bad 5-star in the game. I think that every pull should be relevant. I don't think we should have any bad bots in the game. And, if you follow my channel, you'll know that's true, that I've campaigned endlessly to improve bots. And I think that's part of the reason why the rushing bots are getting a buff soon. So the likes of Hotspot, Jumpstream, Pipes, Pyromagna, Ironhide, those kind of bots are all going to get a buff soon of some kind. I don't know what yet. We've got to test it. We've got to balance it, but they'll be getting a buff. So don't get too hung up on these things. These bots can be made very good very quickly. And I really do think they will. And I personally can't wait for this batch. I really can't. So up to crystals, talk about some other things as well. So like I said about the channel, about the big things that are coming. So people have noticed, I've seen a couple of people notice in the chat, and if you're in Discord, you might have seen it, that my emblem has changed from Sunstreaker Wozza to SS7. And there's a couple of reasons for that I want to talk about as well. And it's important to people that are setting out YouTube channels. It's something that I've sort of read into. I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels recently, a lot. Because, it's always better to talk to people and listen to people that are more knowledgeable and been around a lot longer than you. And there's a guy that I don't even know if you know him. It's Alpha Gaming channel. I forget his name. It's killing me because I actually know it. But anyway, Alpha Gaming channel. And the guy knows a lot of stuff about streaming, YouTubing, hundreds of videos, really knows his stuff. I'd listened a lot about it. And I was listening to him talk about logos. and he said that logos need to be simple, impactful, and being able to just look at it and and link it with your channel straight away. William, no, not Alpha Prime, Alpha Gaming, not Alpha Prime, the YouTuber for Transformers Earth Wars. This is a totally different guy. If you're getting, yes, Engineer Hoist, Harris Heller, well done, yes. And I recommend anyone that wants to go and do a YouTube channel to go and check his channel out. Go and check out Alpha Gaming. The guy really does know what he's talking about. He's a great guy, and he's been around for a long, long, long time. So yeah, I'd really recommend going and checking it out. And it's just about making something impactful. And I've had Sunstreaker Wozza for a long time now, and in small areas you can't read it. It's very small to read. So you've got to make something a lot smaller. And obviously, when this game's gone, I'm going to progress onto other games. So Sunstreaker won't mean as much. Other Transformers games, yeah, I'll keep Sunstreaker Wozza forever in that sense. But, that won't continue. And I tried putting Sunstreaker Wozza into Call of Duty even to keep the branding. And I couldn't fit it. Then I tried Sunstreaker. And Streaker, apparently, is not allowed. It's banned as a word in Call of Duty. So I can't have Sunstreaker. So yeah. So I can't have Sunstreaker. I could have Wozza. Maybe. But yeah, I think that the way forward is back to my roots. If you watch my old videos, a lot of it was SS7. So a lot of the rebranding is going to be around SS7. As long as this game is going, it's going to be Sunstreaker. Because, yeah, I can see everyone's laughing in the chat. Because everyone knows Sunstreaker as a Transformers. But Sunstreaker, if you're not familiar in Transformers, it kind of sounds like you're doing something rude when the weather's nice. So, yeah, it may be not a good idea to keep Sunstreaker in that sense. So we'll be looking at change to SS7. So, yeah, I'll always be Sunstreaker Wozza. But, yeah, for the other people, it'll be SS7. So you'll see the SS7 emblem coming up a lot more in my streams and things like that. But don't worry, guys. We're not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. It's just, we're just getting prepared. And Sunstreaker Wozza, trying to fit Sunstreaker Wozza in a tiny circle like that. I mean, you can see this circle here. But once we make it the normal size, taking the chat away, you can see there that trying to fit Sunstreaker Wozza into that tiny circle, it's very hard. It's very hard to read. So it needs to be able to fit into there. So reduce it down to SS7. That's the plan. And questions for open your G Metal. Maybe. So it's a G Metal G1 core. What do I want? I've got Optimus Prime already. I don't want Wheeljack. I don't want Jazz. I don't want Blaster. I don't want Ultra Magnus. I've already got Ratchets, I think. No, I haven't got Ratchets, actually. Ratchets would be cool. But I've already got Healing Beam at 17, so maybe not. Hound, no. RC, no. Grimlock, no. Hotspot, no. Ironhide, no. Prowl, no. First Aid, I've already got. Silverbolt, no. Skydive, no. Lizard Octopus, no. No, I've already got. Sunstreaker, no. Swoop, I've got the gold version, and Skyburst, I've already got. So that's why I'm not that excited for this G1 core, and why when we talk about leaderboards and they talked about the top guys getting G Metal G1 cores, I was like, do they really want to? They were like, yeah. I was like, well, I'm not too fussed, to be honest. I ain't too bothered. But we're going to open it anyway. If anything, it's just good fusing material. But I wonder if the new G1s are in. It says there are many more, so I'm bound to get one of the new ones just to see if they're in there. G1 Alpha Bravo. Meh. Meh. Got some gold chips. Hopefully get a G Metal like these. G Metal or bust right now. Pretty much got all golds. Ooh. Adaptive shielding. Meh. Now 5-star slash came to the game. Maybe. But no. Shock Tower Core, got enough of them. Already got them in gold. They were about 13, 14, I think. I don't level the golds too high because they're going to get fused eventually. Oh, it's not bad, but it's not as good as the what's the other called? The other one's called. I'll tell you 1 second because I've got G metals on them all. High velocity shells. That's what we want. Because we've got a high velocity shell there. Got a high velocity shell there. Got a high velocity shell there. We've got an explosive shell there. And high velocity there. So we just want some high velocity G metals. That's what we want. Some G metal target protocol because we've got 2 incendiaries already. We're all right with them. Some G metal target protocols. Some G metal guided missiles. We've got 1, but we don't want another one. Some G metal EMP shock cores, I think, and some G metal Cybertron charge cores. And that's it. That's all. Well, I say that's it. That's quite a lot, but I think we got all laser ricochet, maybe. That's attack core in that one, but yeah, laser ricochet. Oh, 1 to go 1 there, yeah. So yeah, there's a few more we need. Keep plugging away though, but the chance is ridiculous. Okay, open some crystals before we sign off. We're looking to get stripes again. We've got 100 crystals. I opened one by mistake. Well, I didn't. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna open the total sparks because we keep just because I don't want to overflow. If you're in my Discord, you'll notice that I had to give Sandstorm ability 11 just because I had 3.9 million spark. And I didn't realize during this event, and I was like, whoa, I really need to use some of that. So I used some spark on him. And yeah, back down to 3 mil again. I'm going to build it up again. So yeah, so I was nearly at 5.5 mil, not including total sparks. So we're getting more total sparks, more events. So I'll have about, I think that by the time the next batch comes, I'll have about 300 total spark crystals, which is ridiculous. 10 at a time. So remember last time we chased Stripes, we didn't get him, but we got a 5-star instead. That ain't gonna happen this time. But the search for Stripes continues. And if you watch Engineer Hoy's channel, he had the search for Stripes, the search for most bots, or quite a bit. It's quite fun to watch because everyone has those unicorns. But that's a bit weird that I've got 2-star Stripes already, but I'm sure I'll get the rewards. It's just a glitch. And there we go, glitch. That was funny. Good timing. 2-star dial. Getting a lot of 2-stars is good. It normally means a 4-star is coming. I'm getting a lot of 2-stars right now. What did I say? What did I say? Did I just call that? Did I just call that? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did just call that. That's good that I've got him in the first 10. Because they really now, I don't need to open the rest. I could save them for another combat comes. Why does it come like a duplicate? That's just weird. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm sure we'll check I got him because that is just strange. And the good thing is, I had proof. Okay. Let's forget opening the rest. We don't even need to. That was such a deflation. It's the most deflated getting a bot I've ever seen, but I did call that. I'm just going to say that out loud. Okay, cool. We've got Stripes. Who do we put him on? Who do we put Stripes on? Definitely not on there. Definitely not on there. Dial. Don't know. I like Dial. I like him on first aid. I like having some combats that give a bit extra health and a bit extra protection. Rook. Needs to do some maths. So he heals for 7%. 7% of damage done. So 10% is 28. It's about 20 health. 20 health per damage he does. It's not too good. Stripes 66 a second. I think that's the key. I think that's the one. Do we swap out Tarax? It increases his DPS, but we don't need it. Don't need him to increase DPS. More healing keeps him alive. Yep, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We've done it. There we go. That's straight onto my war team. And we've got to upgrade him as well. Upgrade. Make sure he stripes. Upgrade. Make sure he stripes. Upgrade. Make sure he stripes. And I say that because sometimes it switches to the top bot. I don't want to grade attracted on and waste on my spark. So let's make sure it stripes. Top tip there, guys. There we go. Stripes. Yeah, cool. Where did you go? Engineer said, been thinking about Blaster for stripes. Yeah, because I think we'll go with that in a minute. We'll go back to him before we sign off. It's the war team, so don't mind. We'll get another 100k. We'll get it to level 7. There we go. Cool. 100 health per second. That's good. I'm impressed with that. It'll keep him alive a lot longer. Cool. And because you don't really use Rook's ability that much, not as much, it means it'll stay hooked up to him. You know, I wouldn't give it to the likes of Blades or even Trax, maybe. Track's not too bad, but not Blades because he flies quite far away and Jetfire too. I want to put it on a jet, so you want it on a bot that's going to stay put. So yeah, I get that. That you know, it's a good bot for Blaster. I've got Night Stalker on because you don't want a bot that's going to increase his DPS because it doesn't really do much DPS. 400, yeah, is or good for good for a special or good for a warrior, whatever. But I wouldn't put a damage increase on 400 DPS. 10%, even 20% of that is not that much. Hence why I've got Night Stalker on. You want a kind of healing bot for your tanks. The likes of Tarax and the likes of Stripes. Those are the sort of bots you want on your warriors at the front line. And then obviously, then your gunners, you want damage. You don't worry too much about healers and your gunners. You want damage more. So yeah. Prowl's put test stripes out on Bumblebee. I won't tonight. So we're nearly at the end of the stream. But I will in test server. It's going to be a lot of testing this next week. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. My game suffered the last 2 weeks from this setup and the amount of testing we're doing. But hopefully over the next week, we can get the stream set up and done and dusted without many bugs, hopefully. And I'm ready to go. And it's going to be, honestly, I don't want to build it up too much and let people down, but I'm impressed with it, how much effort's going to put into it. Like I said, I've been solid at this now for 2 weeks now. And I mean solid. I mean putting 4 or 5 hours a day into this for the last 2 weeks. And yeah, it's going to be really impressive. I personally can't wait. I cannot wait. And if you've not seen the Space 8 video of my visit to Space 8 HQ, then it will be a face reveal as well. There'll be a lot of things happening over the next few weeks. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's all it's down to. Okay, well, thanks, guys. So, yeah, don't forget to leave a like on the video before you leave. And don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny, guys. It means a lot to me just to subscribe. It just pushes me on. We're trying to get to 4,000 subs. And I'm really pushing that if we get to 4,000 subs before the end of the year, we may even do a big giveaway. And I'm not talking about loot codes. I'm talking about big giveaway. If we get to 4,000 subs by the end of the year. So if you've got any friends that like my channel, if you don't like it, fair enough. It's not for everyone. But if you've got any people that like my channel, say, hey, make sure you subscribed. Go and subscribe. Share it in your channels. Share it in your alliances chat, what we're doing. And then we're trying to push it to 4,000 subs. The way it's going, it's borderline. Last time I looked, I thought it'd fall a bit short. Looking today at how many subs we've got recently, if it carries on the way it's going, we'll smash it. But it's got to continue that. We've got to keep those subs coming in. And so, yeah. So I'm not a big fan of... I had a little bit laugh and a joke with Grind Time about setting a target, a very small target, and then pushing it every month. No, it's a long-term target. Every year, I'm going to set a target of what I want for that year. It's 4,000 this year. It might be 6,000 or 7,000 the year after. But this year, the target's 4,000 subs. That is the big aim for this year. Can we get to 4,000? So, yeah. Big things happening to the channel this year. Some huge things. It's going to be a great year for the channel. So make sure you subscribe, guys, to never miss another video, never miss another stream. And we're going to get this week we're definitely going to get the best 10 bots of Transformers Earth Wars voted by you guys in Discord. The voting's already finished, but we are going to do the 10 worst bots. But we're going to do it after the 5-star botch is balanced. Botch? 5-star batch, not the botch. After the 5-star batch is balanced, we'll do the worst 10 bots in the game. And that's going to be interesting. Who are the worst 10 bots? Not decided by me, decided by you guys as a collective. And someone said, can we get 1,000 votes? I don't know about that. We got 100 for the last one, but can we get 200 for the next one? You know, can we? I think more people have a bit more fun with this one. So yeah, a lot of good things coming over the next few weeks. A lot of good things coming this year. And we just botched the ending up. Thanks, Stuck in Beta, yeah. But thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday, where we'll be talking more about the 5-star batch as much as I can do. And then going on from there, more and more news as we get it. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you on Wednesday, and peace out.